Live from Montreal, it's Saturday Hockey Talk. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Talkin' Habs, Saturday Hockey Talk Live, where we talk about anything and everything Habs, hockey, and life with your host, Rick Seligman. Go Habs, go, and let's talk hockey. The road to the 25th Cup is under construction. Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talkin' Habs. We get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. And hey everybody, there are people here. It said 0. I figured everybody's watching the gold medal game tonight. So have the game on and watch me. No, well, I mean, do what you want. But I imagine a lot of people are going to be watching that. So, but hey everybody, how y'all doing? It is Saturday Hockey Talk, live from Montreal. We don't have, there's not a lot going on, except for the news yesterday of the trade for Sean Monahan and a first-round pick from Calgary for, I do have this. It is in French. I apologize. Merci à tous. Just say thank you to everybody. Now all of a sudden, I'm just blocking. I'll never forget my time here in Montreal. Looking forward to the new chapter of my career in Calgary. And it says future considerations. So that's future considerations, thanking us for his time here in Montreal. And he's looking forward to his time in Calgary. Awesome. And we also have the news of Carey Price, which is the sad news, hence the thumbnail. And we can talk about that. I imagine you guys are going to want to talk about that. I'm currently working on a video about that. It's right here. It's almost done. I got to write my intro and the outro, which is easy. And I'm going to just touch it up a little bit, and I'll be shooting this tomorrow. So it is about Carey Price, but it's not about this particular thing. It is about whether or not they should retire his number 31 jersey and put it up in the rafters. That's what I'm going to be talking about in the video. Hopefully you guys will check it out. Now, let's use here. Danny Tabernac says thumbs up. I can't see the emoji there, but to Guy Lafleur, I put my tribute to Guy Lafleur as the trailer for the video. Awesome, Danny. Right back there, Guy Lafleur. There you go. Stand man. What a week of Habs news. The last 2 days, nothing up until then. But yeah, it was like, boom, this is happening, and then that Calgary trade or whatever, and then boom, a lot of stuff going on. Hey, Guru, how you doing, Guru? Good to have you here. Kelly, hey, Kelly, how you doing? Sylph, is that senior I'd like to, no, I'm not going to say. What the last couple of days in Habs world? Yes, definitely. Samuel Adias, if you keep this garbage up with your lousy posts and you're spamming this channel with 100 posts at a time, you're getting kicked again, and this time it'll be permanent. Stan, with the bad news on Price, do you think the Habs will trade for DiPietro? Well, I downloaded the interview with General Manager Kent Hughes, I guess from 2 days ago, yesterday, 2 days, something like that. And in it, he was asked, now it doesn't mean that is what, but it was asked about, will they be going with Allen and Montembeault and Primo if needed from Laval? And he said yes. It doesn't mean they're not trying to make a trade. And I imagine if they're trying to make the trade, he's not going to talk about it. But he didn't say, we're going to look into other options and see what's, he didn't say that. So I don't know. And there I say that, and then boom, you put up 4. What's the video called? You're on your last legs here. I banned you once. I tried to do it the last time. I'm going to do it because I warned you. I don't know how many times. Stop it. All right, let's get back to real stuff. Sorry for the lighting a bit. It's hot. I just want lower lighting. Hey, Slinksy. No, I can't. I can't. I can't. I don't get it right now. So no. So somebody in here will keep me informed on the score. It should have started already. Am I correct? Sylph, yeah, it's senior. I'd like to. What's the word I want to look? I want to fornicate with. How's that? There you go, and it's still an F. Hey, BL. BL will keep us updated. Joshua Roy playing on the left side. Yeah, on line 1, I think, no? With McTavish and Dufour. Kidney is dressed as the 13th forward. I was just surprised that they had Bedard on the wing on the third line. Is that still a thing? I thought he was a center. Like, why are you playing him on the wing? Am I wrong about that? I haven't watched Jim at all, so... Kelly, were you surprised? Kelly's asking me, were you surprised at the news about Carey? No, I wasn't surprised. No. I've been saying that, I don't see him starting the season. And I think the last time I said something about it, I thought, maybe by mid-season, or do what he did last year, 5 games, and now it doesn't look like. When you think about it, he's 35. It's clear he needs another operation, and apparently 1 or 2 if he wants to get back to being a regular goalie. So at his age, with sorry, I got something in my eye. With no guarantee if he has the operation, it's going to work. Because if they're talking about, well, he needs 1, maybe 2, well, then maybe that first one is not going to work. That's what, would you do that? I don't know. At 35, he's not going to come back as the goalie he once was. Just his age says that, and I don't see him doing that to himself. Personally, I don't. So I'm sure he'll take the year and the season to figure it out, but I don't know. I feel his time's come. Bedard's been on the wing for the whole tournament. Yeah, I haven't been watching, so I didn't know. I just thought that I hadn't seen that. So, hey, Slingshot, how you doing? Welcome, Monahan, Dadonov, and Dak. Well, Dadonov and Dak's had their welcome. Monahan seems excited. From what he says, he's feeling better than he has for the last few seasons, which were his down seasons. If this is true, and say he's only lost a little bit because of the injuries and he's recovered, right? It's going to be a damn good acquisition. I don't care what anybody says. If he can come back and give us 2/3 of what he did in his best season, I'm good. That's a 50-odd point season. At worst, gives us a decent year. They move him on at the trade deadline, get a return, plus that first-round pick. I don't know. He seems excited to be coming to Montreal. Let's see how it works out. But I think we're pretty solid down the middle. If he's healthy, apparently he might miss a few games. Hughes was saying he might be ready for game 1. It might be game 4. He didn't say game 20 or he didn't say that. He said game 1 or game 4. So he might miss a few games at the start. I don't think that's a big deal. And I'm just hoping that it's a good move. It was a good move. We got a first-round pick. It cost us nothing, right? So it's not a bad move. There's no way you can say this is a bad move. They have the money now. Price is going on the LTIR. Money's not a problem as far as re-sign or having him here, re-signing Dak. It's not a problem anymore. So, yeah, and there's no risk. It's 1 season. So, yeah, I think it's a really good move. Thoughts on Monahan with the Habs? I just did, I think, without reading that. Dvorak must be traded now. You know what? I don't know. They have the money. I don't think that's a thing now, right? So I don't think they got you. You can say, well, they got to move this guy because of the money. I don't think that's a thing. They got to move some wingers because of too many bodies here, but I don't think it's for money. So from what I heard him say, because I think this was in French that he said this, they've got 5 centers, right? In Suzuki, Dvorak, Dak, Monahan, and Evans. And he mentioned Evans moving to the wing. So I don't think that Dvorak is I don't think so. I think Dvorak is here right now and will stay here for a bit as insurance against how Dak is and if Monahan's healthy or not, right? I think that's insurance. So, Dvorak might move, but I don't think he's going to move before the season starts. At least not according to kind of what I got from the interview with Hughes. Did I spend like 10 minutes on that answer? On the right wing, third, okay, not center. Bye-bye. Hey, bye-bye. How you doing? Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say that, but I mean, I can't see how that's not the case. And Bye-bye says Price is done and dusted. It sounds a little harsh, but I mean, it seems to be that it's the case. I'm going to be very surprised. Like, I know he's going to take the time to think about it. I think if he opts to say, I'm not having the operations, I don't know if they need the whole season for him to decide what he's going to do. Do I think he'll stay on LTIR for 4 years, collect the money, and then go? I kind of don't think that's his character. I think when he's done, he's going to go. There's no cap recapture penalty for him to retire. It's based on when he signed his contract. So that cap recapture stuff is a thing of the past now, because the guys who had those kind of contracts, I think they're mostly gone now. Not all, mostly. I gotta scroll up. That doesn't happen often. How many? 30 already. Wow. Give a thumbs up if you're having a good time. I'd appreciate that. And hey, subscribe too if it's in your nature. With Monahan with the Habs, they will win more faceoffs. Well, Dvorak actually had a better percentage than Monahan last year, but Monahan's a 50+% on the faceoff. So if you have Monahan and Dvorak in the lineup, those are both guys that are basically you're going to almost guarantee you're getting 50+. Excuse me, I'm spitting on myself. Percent at the dot. So I think with both of those guys in the lineup at the dot, we're going to be that much better as well. And then you have those two guys here all year, and the Suzuki and Evans and Dak, and Dak needs to work on faceoffs, and they'll get better too as these guys kind of mentor them at the dot. And yeah, just happy with Price's time with the Habs. It just sad he didn't win a cup with Montreal. I mean it's really sad. I think maybe for a lot of people, the younger crowd, who I always say, you got participation badges and you don't know what it's like to be told you're not good enough, and there's nothing embarrassing about that, that you're not good enough at something, right? Not everybody gets a cup. I mean, that's just how it is. Look at there's some great players who never won a cup. So it's unfortunate. Price might turn out, I mean, it might not. The Price probably going to turn out to be one of those players. He'll have to probably get into coaching and win a cup as a coach. Either a coaching staff or he's a head coach eventually. I mean, I don't know. But, I could see Price being a coach. I don't know. Like, I imagine he wants to be more of a family life for a while, but I could see Price being a good coach. He has that he's quiet, but he has that good personality. I think people like him, players like him. Yeah, anyway, I'm just riffing there. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Hey Rob. I didn't, Rob, I really apologize. It's just been a hectic few days. I did not check out your video, your channel yet, but I will. I'm sorry. I went out last night, and it's just been hectic the last few days. Rory, my heart is broken for Carey. Anyone else here hate Chris Kreider? Yeah, as far as that, yeah, I think we all do. But yeah, it's that was probably, was his one real chance, and then he had the 2 seasons ago, obviously. But I mean, he didn't. He got that taken away from him, and then he only had 2 seasons ago. And at least he had the opportunity 2 seasons ago to get there and get, whether it was successful or not, he got the opportunity, which is more than a lot of people get. Let's see if Monahan can stay healthy all year first. I'd hold off on trading any centers for him. Well, that might, I mean, just like I said, right? You got to look at Dak as well, right? And yeah, I think that's why Dvorak's not going anywhere. And by the way, hey, J-Fed, how you doing? Let me scroll a little bit. Finns taking the body and being aggressive out of the gate. I mean, this is a good hockey team over in Finland. They're yeah, it's going to be a tough game. Well, the game started at 8, so I thought it was starting earlier. So yeah, keep us updated. Joseph, how you doing? Flames paying Kadri and Huberdeau and maybe Uyghur is a good one for maybe the first 3 years, but it will cost them in the long run. But what else can they do? They're in win now mode. So let's just say if they manage in the next 3 years to win the cup, right? Say that happens, they win the cup. It'll pay off for them. If they don't, well, they gave it a good run, especially after losing Goudreau and Kachuk. It looked like they were dead in the water, and now they're not again. Yeah, I just think Huberdeau's overpaid a little bit, and 8 years, that's long. I don't know. I don't know how old Kadri is, but I know he's got to be around 30, 31. So, again, 7 years. It's going to be, both those contracts the last 3-4 years are going to be probably not good ones. But when you're in win now mode, you got to do what you got to do, I guess. He kept fan interest. He gave them hope again for another year. They'll be a good team, that's for sure. So, he did his job. Maybe by the time contracts aren't good, he won't be there. He leaves it to the next guy. Kelly says, someone on TSN was saying that Evans doesn't want to play wing. Should be an interesting training camp. It depends on who you're talking about. But saying someone on TSN, saying something about the Habs, I don't know. I buy into that. So I'm not going to take too much stock in that personally. I know that's what I heard from Kent Hughes just in that interview. I just watched it, I guess, about an hour and a half before the live stream. So I don't know what it means or doesn't mean. And, Jake Evans seems like a kid that, if they need him to play the wing right now, he'll play the wing. Price loves hockey in Montreal so much he is not being realistic to himself or us. He does not want to admit it is over. God love him. I usually agree with you. I don't agree with you there. He admitted it might be over at the end of the season, last season. So I don't agree with you. I don't think. Listen, they tried. Hugh said they tried everything. They tried the operations, recovering. They tried the shot in the knee. It's not working. It's not like he's running all over and he's saying he's got another doctor's appointment and this, that. He's not doing that. I don't think he's fooling himself at all. He said it might have been his last game. He approached it as such. And if you look at there's the highlights from the end, they all hugged him, and it's kind of like he shared that with his teammates, and they all knew it might have been his last game, and it turns out that it was. So I don't think he's fooling himself at all. What I think he's going to do is give it a season to decide, not necessarily for himself, but give the benefit of the doubt to the team. And, give it a go, decide whether he wants the operation, and then but I think once he decides, I don't want the operation, it's probably done if he decides that, right? I mean, they're saying he can't come back without another operation. That's basically what he said. He didn't word it that way, but he can't make a return with just rehabilitation. What does that mean, right? It means an operation. So I imagine if he decides, no, I'm not having the operation, well, then the career is over. And I believe Carey Price will make that decision and not drag it out for 4 years. He doesn't seem like that kind of a character that he's just going to hang on for the money. He's made good money. I don't think he's going to hang on just for the money. Partially because, and it may sound funny, but partially because he's indigenous. And I know Jeff used to tell me stories how, they get a lot of money from the government and blah, blah, blah. I don't buy into all of that. And I know from what I've learned from Carey Price's character, I feel that, he won't stick around just because he's got 4 years left at $10 million. He'll probably take the first one just to make sure, and then after that, I don't think so. I expect Price to retire in the offseason of next year. That's my expectation. My fingers are crossed that somehow there's a miracle out there and things turn around and he comes back and everything's good. But I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I don't know where I was either. There, okay. Doesn't Carey have a bonus coming due? Maybe that's when Price retires. I guess I'm going to think that Jeff Molson, he can afford it. I don't think he'll make him retire to avoid the bonus. Personally, I don't think so. And I think the bonus isn't that big either. I'm not sure if might be 5 million or something like that. It's not a huge bonus, but yeah, he will have one coming. And then again, listen, you could be right. Maybe he does before the season starts. I don't know. I kind of don't think that'll happen, but you never know. Recently renamed the Miners Forum, pretty fitting name. That's for somebody. That's a different comment. Flames lost 2 American players that don't want to be there. It's a risk drafting American players to Canadian teams. Excuse me. Yeah, I wonder how much of that came into play. I'm sure some of it, definitely. Yeah, I wonder. I don't know that to say that it's a risk because we've got a big one here right now in Cole Caulfield. Everything I'm reading or seeing about Cole Caulfield, he's falling in love with Montreal. I fully expect there not to be a problem for Montreal, especially now they're going to have the money for sure to re-sign Cole Caulfield to an extension this season, and it'll be a big one, and he'll stay for 7 or 8 years. It'll be 8 years. He's here already. I don't know that's true for every, it's an individual thing, right? Some players, that's why you do the interviews before. That's why you do the interviews before, to find out about these kids, to try to judge that and see if you can figure that out, right? And then there's times where you want to draft other players, but you draft this kid because, hey, he's literally the best player available, and he's an American player. You got no choice sometimes. Rory, I think most Habs fans believe that. He says, I personally think we were literally robbed of a cup in 2014 because of the clown Chris Kreider. We would have beat LA with prime healthy Price. Well, this we don't 100% know, but it's not. You could say Chris Kreider, but you could also say that it was Marc Bergevin and Trevor Timmins that caused that to happen, because I've gone over this. Chris Kreider was picked one spot behind, and I'm blanking on who the Habs picked. It wasn't somebody that was good. Right, one spot behind us the year he was picked. We should have picked Chris Kreider there. If we'd have done that, that wouldn't happen. We'd have had a cup. So Marc Bergevin and Trevor Timmins, they're at fault. In a roundabout way, but really Chris Kreider's at fault. But in a roundabout way, right? It's like 6 degrees of separation. That's good. 23 minutes. That's my first one. That's a record. All right. Kelly, I did it. Yes, we went out. I went out with my ex-wife, and no, it wasn't like that. But what we went out was essentially supposed to be something fun. It unfortunately turned out to be something a little disappointing and not fun, really. But it was we went on a haunted Montreal tour of the Griffintown neighborhood of Montreal, and I don't know. It was supposed to be fun, and just not to really put somebody down. I just didn't like the guy that they had for the actor. I don't know. He promised a lot, and I don't know. It wasn't. I don't think the script was written well, and there was not much scary about it. I think it was more for information, but even that was kind of boring. But we went out. I drove downtown with my electric scooter. I came back along. I went on the bike path. Came back. It was like 10:30 So I was riding for like an hour and 10 minutes. So the bike path from downtown, the first two sections are kind of dark and I'm out of my element a bit. And I'm trying to save power because I don't know how long I can go. So I don't have my headlights on. I just have my running lights. And in the first section, which is like a half hour, there were like people along the way. So it wasn't that bad. The second section, which is only 10 minutes, was I saw nobody. There were a lot of the lights were out and it was freaking scary. And, after what I just came from and everything. So it was like, yeah. And then I was trying to go without my running lights the whole way. And then when I got to the Lachine part through to Dorval, it was too dark to go without my headlights because I almost had an accident or two bumping into things because I couldn't really see very well. But in the end, I made it okay and there was no problem. But it was an adventure. So there was more scariness riding home than there was at this haunted Montreal tour. So, like, I don't want to put it down, but I was expecting a lot more. And I don't know, if you're coming into Montreal and you're thinking of doing that, I might think twice. They don't get a thumbs up from me, really. It's not a thumbs down totally, but it's a sideways thumb, I guess. Anyway, wonder how the Leafs will pay Matthews $15 million. He prefers playing in the States with less taxes, great weather, and not being bothered while doing errands. No, exactly. He's going to the States 2 years. He's got two years left on his contract. He's going to be by Toronto. I don't really, I'd always leave a little bit of room open for I could be wrong, could have read it wrong. But I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty certain Matthews not re-signing with Toronto. Oh, okay. That wasn't for me. No, that wasn't for me. BL says exactly right. Rick, when you're in win now mode, you don't worry about the back half of the contracts, at least right now anyway. No, it's true. And it's unfortunate, but it's true. And even though I'm signing this contract in 4 years and not going to look good, but you got to do it. It's unfortunate that you got to do that. If he would have taken $8 million, Huberdeau, by chat, just say I'll take $8 million, right? And now you're looking at a difference there. $8 million, not too bad because in 4 years, the cap's going up and all that. It won't look as bad, but still $10.5 million, even the cap going up in a few years, still going to look not great. I guess they're hoping by the time, it gets into that fourth, fifth year, the cap's gone up quite a bit, but who knows how much it's going to go up. Who knows if they'll be able to make ice in 5 years anywhere in the world. Yeah, that's just me thinking that. Kadri is going to be 32 in October. So, yeah, it's I was just surprised actually that Kadri only took $7 million. So I think in that it might be a good for Calgary because I was thinking Kadri might be looking for $8-9 million, 8.5, maybe 9.5. That's what I was thinking Kadri would sign for, and I saw it was $7 million. And I went, "Oh, that's impressive that it's only that." But I guess that's for his age there, he's getting paid a little less because he's 32. They could be a major bust, but I mean, I think Calgary is not a horrible team. I think they'll do well there, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see. At least he didn't just bring in Huberdeau and then, nothing else to go with that. And hopefully he brought in another guy in Kadri that, you can look at that and that's legit, Hey, Ryan, do you think the price number should get retired? Well, I'm doing a video tomorrow about that, exactly that. So I don't really want to say my opinion right now. I think I said it the other day on the Wednesday live stream. I want people to watch the video, so it should be out tomorrow. So check it out; it'll be there. I'll give you my opinion, 100%. Do I think I'll say this. Do I think he deserves to have his number retired? I do think he deserves it, but he's missing something, and that's enough said. But I have more than that in the video about a solution and all that. So hopefully you guys will check it out, because I do have a solution for that problem, and for all the other players that need their numbers retired. I have a solution for this. Even if he did get the operation and comes back healthy, that would be almost 3 years without playing competitive hockey. It would be hard for him even to try to come back. It's over for sure. If he was 25 instead of 35, I'd say, you're wrong. He's young and all that. But I'd say it's 35. He's got to be thinking about, I won't be the player that I want to be. And it's important to him to come back and perform at a certain standard. He's mentioned it. He needs to come back and perform at a certain standard. He's not going to be able to, more than likely, 99% sure he's not going to be able to, And then we're going to, most of the Habs fans are going to be expecting the Carey Price from the playoffs, the Stanley Cup final, and I don't see how he's going to be able to do that. So I expect, unfortunately, I do expect in the next, I'll say 12 months, but that he's going to retire. Packed house in Edmonton. Well, it's a gold medal game, so I expected by then, if they made it there, it would be. But you can guarantee if it wasn't Canada in there, it wouldn't be. Price will be chief of his tribe when he retires, as his mother is holding down the fort for him. So there you go. He's got a path forward. He's made enough money for, yeah. I don't see why he puts himself through another operation, maybe two. I don't see it there. Hey, my landlord is an F-head. I love that name. As you know, how you doing there? Good to see you. 1-0 Canada. Who got the goal? Roy? All right, Joshua Roy. Hey, old man. I said in the video the other day, if you put him in the right position, Joshua Roy will produce points. That's his thing, right? I don't think he's the flashiest guy out there, and doesn't seem to be the best skater, and you hear what the knocks are. Yet, when he's used right, he puts up points. He knows where to be. He knows how to get there, and he seems to do it kind of quietly, from what I understand. And I like his potential, but I don't think he's ready this season. So I expect him to be back in the queue this year, and I kind of expect he'll be in Laval the following year. And then, that's a different story, whether he'll make it here or not. By the way, old man, I'm working on I've got 2, 3, or 4 poems in the works. I'm kind of stuck on all of them, and I'll get around to working on it again. But I just let you know, I got some stuff in the works there. Louis LeBlanc was taken instead of Kreider. Is that it? So even worse, right? So look at it, even worse. Montreal took Louis LeBlanc instead of Chris Kreider, and could have avoided it. Not that they knew this was going to happen, but I mean, do the right thing. They took Louis LeBlanc under pressure and never should have taken Louis LeBlanc. So there you go. You don't take the best player available when you should, and it comes back to bite you a lot of times like that. My landlord says he forever cringes when he hears Kreider. I think a lot of people do. I think, for years, I didn't realize it was Chris Kreider that did that. I don't know why I didn't realize it, but yeah, I mean, Yeah, if only we would have taken him, and then things would have been different. But that's how things work out. The simulation was set, and we couldn't do it. Chara and Kreider do not belong anywhere near Habs land. No, but oh man, that's because of what happened. But if Kreider was taken at the draft, none of that happens, and it's a different world. Where am I? I lost myself there. Hang on. Rory says, I never knew that. Now I hate Bergie even more. Baby says Price gets a 6.750 $6.75 million signing bonus. Yeah, but I mean it's not a $10 million signing bonus or 11. I think I've seen players getting those kinds. Hey Roger, how's it going? What great memories with Louis LeBlanc. Said nobody ever except maybe his girlfriends, his family. I don't know. But said no Habs fan ever. That's what I should have said. Yeah, Joseph, that's what I said. Kreider was picked one behind Louis LeBlanc. If we'd have picked Kreider, all this stuff wouldn't happen. Wasn't LeBlanc's number retired? If not, that's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Did he play? How many games did he even play? Did he play for Montreal ever? I don't know. Hey, Faye. Yeah, 1-0. Yeah. Wow, just about made it 2-zip. Having a good game. Imagine in a gold medal game, he steps up like that. I know he's on a bit of a better line, but I mean, that's what you want to see. You want to see guys step up in the big games. Hey, Renault. Will Monahan take up a valuable roster spot from guys like Harvey Pinard or Lonan? And what's the point of stalling the young players? Well, he wouldn't take up no. How could he? Harvey Pinard and Lonan are wingers. Monahan's a center. How is he taking over their roster spot? Guy put up 82 points in 78 games 4 seasons ago before the injuries. This is no chump change guy. This is a serious talent here. If he's healthy again, this was a really good move. So I don't know how did I see it put? Someone saying, Habs fans always wanting to get, why didn't he get this guy? Why didn't he get that guy? Then you get that guy and you go, well, why did he get that guy? We don't need that guy. Why'd they get that? Like, what? I don't get it, but I mean, this is a quality guy. If he's healthy, what are you guys doing? Not on camera. Your cat's humping the other cat. He's fixed. I don't know what he's doing. All on camera. X-rated talking Habs. Where was I? Calgary's GM is the MVP of the off season so far. I like what Hughes has done so far. I'm not to take anything away from Tree Living, but I think Hughes has done a great job so far this offseason. And if you disagree with me, that's fair. But I just wonder if you do disagree with what I just said, is it because you expected him to make a championship team out of them in his first offseason? Like, I think he's done a tremendous job in their new direction. And I think you're going to see it on the ice in the next few years. Baby, what's supposed to go up 10 to 13 million? His bonus? I don't think so. His numbers go down at the end of the contract. Hey, Jason, Montreal has so many players that already have their numbers retired, so many more that could. Well, this is why you got to watch my video when it comes out. I have a solution for that. Because if we retire everybody's numbers, we're going to be, it won't be long. We're going to have guys with 3 digits on their back, and that's crazy. BL says, Rick Smith said, tree living is not done yet. Calgary have 10 defensemen on one-way contracts, so look for him to trade 2 of them for a top 9 left wing. Yeah, well, listen, it's like Montreal with how many wingers they have. Same thing. So, yeah, I mean, well, we still got, a month to go to a little over till start of the season. They've got time. My landlord asked a good question, BL, because I have the same thing. Who's Rick Smith? I don't know offhand the name. Baby says Wall of Fame as we are running out of numbers. Well, we kind of have something there like that already. It's called the Ring of Honor, and what it is they have 67 Hall of Fame, I guess, players, and they have plaques for them all around the Bell Center. So that's their Ring of Honor. Now to get there, you got to be in the Hall of Fame. So for Price, it doesn't really work. So, I mean, I guess what I've got proposed is, I don't know, you wouldn't be able to call it a wall of fame, but you'll see what I'm saying. It's the same idea. So, it doesn't matter what number is on your back. Yeah, it's not retired. Guys can use it, but, you've got your place. But there are players that are ahead of Price. I mean, I hope everyone realizes if Price retires, it's not happening for him for a bit because there's players ahead of him that deserve it. I think. Anyway, all in the video tomorrow. He's a Calgary Flames beat writer, which is what I thought, but I had never heard of him. He's got a good first name, though. Gotta say. Instead of having his number retired, the organization should have a Ring of Honor. They do have a Ring of Honor. This way they could have his name and number being displayed. But the Ring of Honor, like I said, you've got to be in the Hall of Fame. He would have to wait 5 years and then get it on first ballot. So it would be a long time for that. If Solani and Numanin will get their banners raised in Winnipeg this season, why shouldn't Price? He deserves it. Because those teams don't have the same requirement. Montreal has won 24 Stanley Cups. Every name that's on the rafters has won a Stanley Cup. That's a requirement to get up there right now. So, unfortunately, Price does not qualify. You can say right or wrong. It's not his fault. And it's not his fault. But you can't take away that if that's the requirement and you don't have it, then no, there's no participation badge for that. But they could have something. And I think my idea, I think is fair. I think it's fair for everybody. And it's not just for every player. You still have to be a special player. But anyway, I'm saying too much. Why am I saying too much? Watch the video tomorrow. But for other teams, they don't have the Stanley Cups that we do. So their players don't have that requirement. And in Toronto, well, they're just hoping for players that they can put up there. They can't find any. Price has made over $100 million in his career. He's gonna be fine. Rory says one last number on the board won't hurt too much, and Price deserves it. He spent his entire career. But what about the other players that did the same? You can go as far back as Toe Blake, who won Stanley Cups, I'm not talking about his coaching career. And why wouldn't he get? There's other players. I don't want to give all the names I use, but there's other players that have won Stanley Cups are great players and are just as deserving as him, and they've won Stanley Cups. They get up there before he does. So even if all this works out, he's got to wait in line. I don't want to talk about Brendan Gallagher right now. Not at all. I'm sorry to say. Oh, I see we got the sex channels back up there. Yeah, I don't want to talk about Brendan Gallagher right now. Doesn't matter about what about the guys in the old days that they deserve it? They should be put on the back burner too. No, he's got to be in line. Let's just bring LeBlanc back for one game so he can run Shesterkin, and we're even. Why? What did the Shesterkin do to deserve that? Monahan might play wing. He's played both before. I doubt it. Won't be Monahan. I don't think goes to wing, but maybe. I mean, maybe they'll ease him in there on wing. Monahan replaces Paquette. But you say that, I mean, no, you say that in a derogatory way. That's not fair to Monahan at all. That's how are you comparing Monahan and Paquette, please? Because of his numbers last year? That's the reason? If that's the case, you don't know shit about hockey. But say what you really mean, Rick. But Price should definitely be in the rafters with the other Habs greats. Pierre Dorion has killed it for Ottawa as well, especially if they land Chychrun as well. Yeah, I got to say Dorion has killed it over there too. Hey, hockey fan guy, how you doing? Kent Hughes' job will be much harder once they try to compete for something. It's easy to tear it down, much harder to build it back up. Well, he's doing a good job so far. Dak was enough to fix the centers, but I think Monahan is a good addition to strengthen the position and be a huge upgrade on Paquette. I don't even consider Paquette anymore. I mean, I don't consider him. He was just a waste of space here. And Renault, you're right there. Tearing down's not as easy in this current cap climate. It's true. It's harder to move guys, and there's a lot of guys now with that were making big money last year that can't find a contract, can't get a deal this year. Luca's in the room. I've been waiting for Luca to come in the room. There's a reason. Joshua Raw with the opener and the goal. Yeah, we got that already. He's been great all tournament in all situations, starting on the scoring line, moved to the checking line, and now top line with McTavish. Yeah, I was saying, when you play him in the right spots, especially, he's great. Now, Luca, got to tell you, you won something. You didn't even know it. I'm trying to remember what it was you won. Was it a contest? Oh, yeah. The what was it called? The brackets. You had the best bracket. So I've got a prize for you. I need your address. So send me an email where I can send you the prize. So, Luca, congratulations for the bracket challenge. Winner is Luca, and it's the first time you're in since that happened. Okay. Yeah, I read what you said. So that's good. So good to see you again, Luca. It's been a while. Hope all's good. I personally think Ottawa has a real good shot of taking a playoff spot in the Atlantic this year. Talbot's is a solid starting goalie. Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt. I think I think Boston's going to fall out. I also think Toronto might. I hope they will, and I think they might. I think Boston does. So I think Ottawa, Detroit, they're going to challenge for that spot. Wouldn't it be wild if, while Price is in the waiting period to have his number retired, some other kid comes along with number 31 and absolutely kills it. Well, but they won't give number 31 to somebody right now. They won't do it. It'll be off limits for a little while, but it won't be retired. Sens had the most cap space to work with and finally got allowed to spend up to the limit. Yeah, I mean, that's the difference with Ottawa, right? They're spending money and getting the players. It doesn't always mean they're going to gel but I mean, they got some good players there coming in, and you got to think Ottawa is going to get better, you know? How far in are we? Oh. That's still the first one. Wow. I take a long time, on these. Where was I? How about a statue of Price to be on display outside the Bell Center? Once again, this is all recency bias, and you're all emotional about Price. We all are. But, again, statues, there's probably some other guys more deserving, of it than Carey Price, I'm sorry to say. Maybe one day, though, but I think right now there's more. Only the best of the best get statues. Habination, I expected you to probably disagree with me, and that's fine. I mean, you're allowed to. I mean, I used to like you when you agreed with me, but now, no, I think when the price of admission has been a Stanley Cup, and you can't just retire all the numbers, I think you have to find, a compromise, and I come up with a compromise that I think is a good one. But I don't want to give it all away since the video's coming out tomorrow. Jason, he says, look at Chicago. They've literally torn apart their team in one season. Yeah, true. I don't think a lot of those trades were very good, but yeah, they've taken apart their team. Montreal doesn't just want to take apart their team; they want the return to be the right return. They have a goal in mind, they have a direction, and they're going in that direction. I don't think it's the same in Chicago. Chicago, it just seems like get rid of all the money. Let's rebuild. You can't compare the past to now is why. Yes, you can. I think in this you can. Hey, Chicago Steve, how you doing? The plot thickens. Won't be surprised if Allen is still moved for future assets. I don't think so at this point. I don't think so. I don't see Habs in a bidding war to keep him after this year, so he's got to be moved. Listen, if Allen, they got to get another goalie. I don't want to see Primo here as the backup all year. I don't want Primo here. So I don't know. I think Allen will be moved at the trade deadline. I just don't think so right now. But I think at the trade deadline, you'll see Allen move. Where's Matt? Matt's camping, actually. So Matt is camping. Wasn't supposed to be on tonight at all. I would be pretty disappointed if they don't retire his number. Not going to lie, but it's not my choice. I just really, really genuinely care about Carey Price. The human, he's done a ton for the team. I get you. I don't say you're wrong. But you wait till you hear my solution. When you watch the video, you'll see my solution. And then when you let me know in the video in the comments what you think of it when you see it. I think it works for everybody. So, Rick, now that we know that Price isn't playing this year, where do you see the Habs at the end of the season? I see them at 30 ahead of Arizona and Chicago. Not having Price doesn't change my thought that that they're going to finish somewhere between 6 to 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 from the bottom. So instead of in the bottom 5 in the next group up, that's where I said I don't see anything right now that really changes that. But I think if they trade Jake Allen, it changes it. So if they trade Jake Allen, they bring in a lower goalie, so it's Monty and somebody else. And now you're talking about we're going to give up a ton of goals. We're going to lose some games, obviously. And that changes things. But I think with Allen and Monty, I think you do okay. You'll be a little bit better than next year. They're a little better up front. Defense, not as much. So I don't know. I think with Marty St. Louis here all year, they finish a little better than last year. Yeah. But, who knows what injuries are going to happen. Who knows with COVID if there's going to be anything with that. Like, who knows anymore? So, but that's where I see them. I think I'm going to stick with that. I don't think anything's changed to make me change that. What's up with Gallagher? Did he do something? Not particularly, but I'll say this. Everybody knows who Pierre Poilievre is, right? He's running for the leadership of the Conservative Party. And he is, to say he's human pond scum would be really not fair to human pond scum. So he is whatever. Now, the reason that I see his tweets all the time is because of Jeff. Jeff followed him. And I told Jeff and I had talked about Pierre Poilievre. And so every time I see a tweet, it's Jeff Head followed by Jeff Head. But this past week, there's a new one. I've been following Brendan Gallagher for a long time, and all of a sudden, Brendan Gallagher's following him. Now, I don't know for sure why. And I think it's because he likes him. And if that's the case, I got no respect. Sorry. If you're out there and you go, I like Pierre Poilievre, don't tell me. Just don't tell me. I don't want to know. Because I can't have respect for somebody that I know likes that guy and is going to vote for that guy. I can't. So don't tell me. And I'm making an assumption that that's why he's following him, I guess. But I just don't want to talk about it. I don't want to not have to like Brendan Gallagher. Ugh. Anyway, that's what it's about. Sorry. It's a little political. I get it. Carbo should be there. He's on. Yeah, he's one of the guys I'm talking about that are ahead of Price. So, that's just the way it is. He's there on two fronts: Stanley Cup winner and a Hockey Hall of Famer already. So, hey, Sonny, how you doing? With Petrie, Romanov, yikes, even Sherratt gone, who will round out the 6 defensemen for the Canadians? Well, the defense are going to be probably our big problem this year, but there's going to be a couple of young kids there at all times. I think there'd be 3 or 4 possibilities of who they'll be. So from the look of it, you got Matheson, Edmondson, and Goalie, Harris. And on the other side, you've got Savard, you've got Justin Barron, and you've got Chris Weidman. So they're lacking a little on the right side. You've also got Sheneman, who can play both sides in the minors, and you got Otto Leskinen, but he barely played here, so I don't know about that. So they may bring in somebody off the waiver wire. I don't know, but we need those kids to be here playing, and that defense, those young guys, to develop, and they're going to develop only by playing. So the defense is going to be our biggest problem, I think. But they're in a rebuilding year. There's no problem there. I think for Petrie, they got a good return for Romanov. I think in the end, Romanov, when you look at it for Dak, is going to be good. And Sherratt, well, he was a free agent. They had to, and they got a good return for Sherratt. 9 o'clock, folks. So I think they're okay. Hockey fan guy, my take, Price will make the Hall of Fame and the Habs will retire his number. Yeah, I agree with you on the Hall of Fame. I don't think the Habs retire his number. But I agree with you on, and I make an emphasis on retire. How do we get Ottinger? He's an RFA. You got to make a trade for Ottinger. Do we need to bring in a Steve Ottinger right now? Is that where we need a goalie? No, they're not ready for that yet, so it doesn't matter. There'll be other goalies to get at the time. To me, I agree with the theory that the goalie should be the last piece that you need to, after you're doing a rebuild, the goalie's the last piece you need in there. No, Ottinger's going to cost too much. They're not going after Ottinger. I don't think they are. And besides, right, to make the trade, right, even if Dallas wants to make the trade, goalies are at a premium right now. It's going to cost a lot. So, no. Suzuki, Dvorak, Dak, Monahan, Evans. That's the middle. Yep. We don't get Ottinger. That's the owner. No, they're not going to be able to get Ottinger. I wouldn't look at Ottinger. Let's bring Markov back. He's retired from hockey for 10 games this year to get this. He had his 1,000, then retire his jersey. Yeah, but he's retired from hockey already. So, I mean, sorry, but that ship sailed. 2 Jakes are better than 1. I like that. Is Luca going to do the pool? I don't know. Luca, you're interested in doing the pool? Fantasy pool? Let me know when you send me your address. Let me know if you're into or doing a head-to-head and a points league. So if you want only one or the other, let me know. You're in. I realize I'm probably far behind there. No, not that far. I guess I should get that out there again. If anybody's interested in joining our fantasy pool, I'm doing a head-to-head league and a points league, and there's a prize for the winner of each league. Just the winner, first place prizes only. As Luca won, no, not Luca. Habs Guru won the last one. He got his prize already. So please, if you want that, just send an email to the email address in the description. That's talkinghabs@gmx.com. Just say, I'm interested in the spread pool or the head-to-head league, or I'd like to do both if possible. Let me know. Get you in. I'll answer you and say, good. And then I'll let you know by sending you the link to register your team. That'll happen soon. So I'm trying to get I've got the 2 leagues, 12 teams. So there's 24 teams available. There's lots of room. Just let me know. Lucas just got back from Germany and France. Super jet lag, but happy I'm able to catch you. Awesome, man. What were you doing in Germany and France? That's a hell of a trip. Will Montreal trade for another goalie? I don't think so right now, no. There's no need right now. Lucas says, cheers, Rick. Been busy this summer, but I'm going to be back on more regularly once training camp gets underway. Can't wait to talk to you and Matt about everything that has happened. Awesome to have you back on anytime, man. You know that. This off season. And don't forget, congrats. You won, I believe it's a hat. A hat and another, I think a hat and I don't know if you can see behind me. Not there. I'm going to point to it right there. See that puck? I believe that you're getting a hat and that puck. Not that one, but a puck like it. I've got a few of them. This might be a hot take, but if you were to pull some of the current Habs greats who haven't had their numbers retired, I bet they would vote to retire. Come on, Rory. Then you stretch it. Come on. Accept what I say. Watch my video tomorrow, and then make up your mind on that. But I don't believe that. I don't think the ones that are waiting, I don't think they'd say, no, I'll retire Carey. Why? They've been waiting for years. They probably feel they're deserving. Why would they? They think, well, Carey will get his turn. We need more first-round picks next year. I'd love it if they can pick up another 1 or 2. Maybe if we can get 2, 3 more from Hoffman, Monahan, Dadonov. We can make a package for Bedard if we don't win the draft lottery again. But Ryan, if you're a team and you got the first pick and you're going to take Connor Bedard, are you really listening to another team's offer for Connor Bedard? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I don't think there's a team out there that's going to do that. One of Bedard, Dvorsky, Fantilli, or Michkov would solidify our forward group moving forward. Goaltending is the major concern then. Right. Moonlight, by the way. No, I think you're right. There's 4 players. For me, it was 3. I guess Dvorsky's in there now. That are gonna, you get one of those 4. So Montreal's goal should be to try to get into the top 4 wherever they get there. If it's 1, great. But 1, 2, 3, or 4 will bring back a pretty solid return, and I think that's probably where they're going to try to get to. Chicago has a lot of legal fees to contend with. Yeah, true. But I don't think they sold the players. They just got rid of it. Well, yeah, I guess, yeah. I see your point now. CP31 is winningest goalie in franchise history. Not his fault. The team was mired in mediocrity his entire career. No way he doesn't get up in the rafters. See, now the way you worded it, Luca, I can say that I agree with you. Right? But I don't believe they will retire his sweater. That's what I'm saying. And I have another solution for that. For not only Carey Price, for the other players that are waiting, I have solutions for that I think makes sense. And I don't think it detracts from anything Carey Price has done and makes it less I just think I think my solution is good. So I just hope that, you guys will check it out and let me know what you thought of it. Second period about to start. Awesome. Red light Montembeault again this year. I don't agree with you on that. I thought Monty did pretty good. He's young. I expect him to be better this coming season. He won't have an injury. His wrist is healed. It will be ready. He'll be ready for the start of the season. He had the operation. Everything looks good. I'm expecting more, and I don't think it's fair to call him red light Montembeault. Nope. But you're allowed. I don't think it's fair. There may be a team willing to give a first for Allen now. It's true. If Allen has an off year or gets hurt, we get nothing. A contender might feel they do that deal now. It's a possibility. I said I guess I didn't re-say it here, but I've said it before that if they get that offer that, give him an offer I can't refuse. One of those, like the Godfather, sure, he's going to be gone 100%. But that offer better be, that like a first round pick or a little more. And the first round pick for Allen is a pretty good return. A pretty damn good return. So, yeah, I would agree. But doesn't mean that they're getting that offer for him. But I hope if they do trade Allen, it's not to have Montembeault and Primo, because Primo ain't ready. And I don't care that he'll lose. I care that they'll ruin him. And I'm sure Hughes would be concerned about that too. So if they do trade Allen, I would expect we'll see some kind of goalie come back that, is an NHL goalie. And, for now type of thing. Rory, I don't disagree with that about the defense, but, we'll see. We'll see how that works out. I kind of have some confidence somewhat in Barron, Harris, and I think Goalie will be here too, that they'll do an okay job. Not as bad as people think, but they're going to make their share of mistakes, obviously. And it's going to lead to goals and shit like that. But, they've got to go through it. And let's get it done now in a year where you're not winning. So, yeah. But will it be bottom 5? It may. It may. But I just have this feeling it won't be. It'll be a little higher than that. Not much, but a little bit. I think the Habs' next move is trading Allen to Vegas because Allen agent didn't like Allen playing so many games last season. But if he's in Vegas, they have nobody. He's going to play just that many games as well. So maybe, and you know what? If he's going to Vegas, would have happened. Would have happened, I think, by now. So something's kept that from happening. Vegas isn't ready to pay the price to get him. That's what I think. And yeah, I mean, he's going to play a lot of games in Vegas. They have nobody. They have like literally nobody, no NHL goalie at all in their system. So as far as I know, so he's going to see a lot of games in Vegas. Happy Nation, I mean, no, I don't think you're right. And there's a solution so that you don't have to break that. That's my opinion. So I don't think that. And it's not a knock on Carey Price that he didn't win a cup and I'm punishing him. I'm not. It's just this is a requirement for that. Will it keep him out of the Hockey Hall of Fame? No, and it shouldn't because it's no longer a requirement for the Hockey Hall of Fame that you won a cup. As a matter of fact, like you said, best player, best goalie of his generation, that gets you into the Hockey Hall of Fame. No cup needed. But in Montreal, the requirement is you win a Stanley Cup. Good or bad, your fault or not, you got to do it. And like I said, I have a solution that doesn't belittle him in any way or any of the other ones, the players that need to get in there or get their jerseys retired. Who you follow on Twitter doesn't mean you like them. Why are you saying that? That of course it doesn't mean you like them, but I in general don't follow people I don't like. In general, I do follow people I don't like, but then when I discover I don't like them, I don't follow them, right? So there you go. He has to know who this guy is that he's following. So there's only two reasons why. Because he's curious and he wants to see what the idiot's doing, or he likes him and he leans that direction. And I'm sorry. Like I said, it's fine if you do. Just don't tell me about it. That's all I'm asking you guys out there. It's not asking a lot. Rory says, but Barron and Harris need this kind of experience. Our defense will be spectacular in a year or two, but this year is going to be pretty awful. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. They need this time. Get it done now. My landlord, it kind of looks like it. Yeah, that I don't listen. I'm not saying it is. This is what I'm assuming a bit, but it could be that it is. And if it is, I don't want to know. 2-0 Canada. Go Canada, go. BL Doug Ford's already doing that with healthcare in Ontario. So yeah. Polyev's a carpetbagger. If you don't know what a carpetbagger is, look it up. That's what he is. His picture should be there when you look it up, because currently he's probably the most, well, Trump probably is, but he's a Canadian version of Donald Trump. Different, but he's our version of it. Hey, Luca, did Joshua Raw get an assist on that since it was Dufour with the goal? Happy Nation, they followed you? Well, because you were following them, they followed you. That would scare me if the People's Party started following me. Like, why? What did I do? I don't want you to follow me on here. You won't see anything nice about you from me on there, that's for sure. BL, another Q player score, Dufour from St. John. Oh, okay. Sakic should have his number retired. That's not a Habs thing, though. That's the other team's problem, not mine. My landlord, that's what I thought too when I saw the Q. That's where I was going, queuing on. McTavish line gets the first 2 goals. Yeah. Hey, ASE, how you doing? Adam says, very unfortunate news about Price. Such a great goalie. Carried the team on his back during that cup run. Well, thank you for saying that as a Leafs fan. And yeah, you're right. My landlord, don't say that. Adam's a good guy. He's a Leafs fan. He's not a crazy Leafs fan. He's a good guy. He's a friend of the channel. And sorry, but we don't put him down for being a Leafs fan. Not here, we don't. And he comes back and takes part even after all the things I say about the Leafs. And he's fine with it. And he is a good member of this community. So, yeah, we don't put Adam down for anything. Leafs fan, Bruins fan, you're allowed. I don't care if you're those fans and you're here. Just don't be a shit about it. Hey, Matt, how you doing? I'm doing good. I feel coming out. I saw that and I'm going, oh, that's not what I'm thinking wrong. I feel coming out of our rebuild, Primo will be Price 2.0. So I don't want him ruined this next season. And we will see our team being a threat for the cup year after year. I'm hoping that for Primo, but if he plays too many games, maybe even if at all this season, it's not going to be good for him. I don't think that's a good thing. So, yeah. About another 10 minutes to go. Monahan should be given a chance, and hopefully he can rebound. He had 2 hip surgeries and before 27, but he's still young. I agree 100% on that. And he says he's feeling better than he has in the last 3 seasons, and that should mean somewhat of a turnaround. I don't know how much of it, but it should mean a turnaround of sorts, and we should get a pretty good player. Rory says, reasonable trade for Allen be an NHL goalie and second-round pick, but Hughes is a wizard, so we probably get a goalie plus a first-round pick. Maybe. I would think a team that's going to pay like that for Allen is because they don't have that NHL goalie that Montreal might want. But I mean, you could be right. And if not, they'll get a goalie somewhere after that. Hey, NHL news, hockey news, how you doing? Yeah, it's sad news about Carey. Goalies are easy to find if you're not trying to win. Bingo, 100% right for the next couple of seasons. Bring back Gumper Hersley. This year, we work on scoring and developing a young D-core, but we seriously don't want to win yet. I mean, it's kind of right, They're all about development this year. Then why isn't you talking about Joshua Roy? Because wait, Happy Nation, which Raw are you talking about? Please, God, tell me because I don't know. Talking about Patrick Roy. Why isn't Raw there? He's up there. Isn't his number retired? 33 is up on the rafters. Am I wrong? I thought it was. If I'm wrong, I thought it was. My landlord, 100%. You're right. I don't know for sure. So I'm trying to keep an open mind, but I fear the worst is what it is. But you're 100%. I don't know that that's the reason why, but I said that. I mean, I'm admitting that. Hey, Randy, how you doing? Awesome. Well, drafting a goalie isn't really gonna. I mean, they might. They didn't. They did. They think they drafted a goalie this year. Um, it's not going to get him here in time anyway. They'll probably, if they need to, go out and find a goalie somewhere. He doesn't have to be good. I mean, it doesn't really. You know, they're not winning this year. It doesn't. They just need a goalie, an NHL goalie that can handle the pressure and can make the starts. Habination. Only people you follow on Twitter had to follow. Really, you if you follow someone and they don't follow you back, that's it. Nah, I don't care. Follow me back. I don't care. To be honest, I don't even know how many followers I have on Twitter. I do know it's like over 350, but it fluctuates, and right now I could not tell you the number because I don't really care. Having followers on Twitter, if that's your status, that's pretty shallow. It's shallow enough here if you're going to live by, oh, I've got this amount of subscribers. That's shallow enough here, but it means more here. On Twitter, the cesspool that Twitter is, having followers means nothing, at least to me. There's no status symbol from that for me. You know, I know Twitter is valuable, like to be out in the social media, promote your shit, but man, no, it's not a great place. It's getting worse by the day, too. Habs' plan is doing the Rangers retool, not rebuilding. Now, you say that because Jeff Gordon. That's not true. That to me, I'm sorry, but that's just bullshit. They're doing their own rebuild. They know how to do it. Maybe Jeff Gordon did that before, but it's the Montreal Canadiens rebuild. Sorry. If they did it right in New York, well, it's the right way to do it. It's not the Rangers. It's just the right way. Chicago Steve, yeah, no problem there. And as you know, anytime you're always welcome here. And yeah, I don't really know what it's like that, except there was a while when my kids were growing up and they weren't really into hockey. My ex wasn't really into hockey. None of my neighbors were that into hockey, and I didn't have anybody except a few times at work. You meet some people, and I had that. So yeah, I understand. It's no fun. Hey, babe, bye. Have a good night. Chat later. No problem, man. Future does look bright here. Not immediate future, but as much as our future looks bright in the next few years, I wonder about. On a serious note, I really do wonder about the Leafs in the next 2-3 years. You guys going to be in a rebuild yourself? I think so. By NHL goalie, I mean like a backup caliber goalie, that maybe a Laurent Brossoit type. Yeah, I mean that's right. Yeah, something like that. Nothing. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if he's available, but yeah, something like that. Habination isn't it, was numbers not retired? I always thought it was. You sure about that? Let's see. I have the pic. I can't look at it from at here. I gotta. Oh wait, let me look and see if I have it. Nah, it'd be too hard to find. I have a picture of the rafters, which I use as the background sometime. But let me see. Actually, I might take myself just out for a second. I don't know how that would affect the stream. Um, do I have it here? Where's my rafter? Oh, I lowered it. Hang on. Yeah, it doesn't have the section where his number would be. I don't know. I just assumed. I guess I just made an assumption that you shouldn't assume things. I got to take that out of my. It's in my script in the video. I'm gonna have to change that. Oh, you don't know for sure. Okay, I'll have to check on it though. I'm pretty sure Patrick Roy is retired. His number's retired. To get a first for Allen would be awesome. Teams would have to pay big since the goalie free agent isn't that amazing unless a team want to offer Sheeta Ottinger. No, the free agent market right now, Allen is by far the best goalie on there, so you're going to have to pay for it. Yeah. Okay, wait. How far? Wow, that jumped a lot. Hey, Boozer, how you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Actually, I think they did retire Waz number. There was a ceremony for him a few years ago. Was that what it was for? Yeah, that's. I'm quite sure they did. BL, I got a solution for that. Have a drink. I did have the Habs follow me back a while back, but I freaked out about Radzu and Markov, and they didn't. I agree with Stephanie. We don't need a goalie when we don't need to win so soon. Need to rebuild to a powerhouse. Who's Stephanie? I'm looking. Oh, you mean Steven? It's not Stephanie. Chicago Steve is not Stephanie. Hey, holy moly, how you doing? Raw's number is retired. Awesome, like I thought. Raw was a beast. He sure was when it came to when it came to shutting the door. When he said there's no more, that's it, I'm shutting the door. He shut the door. And you can't really argue that Patrick Roy had that much of a better team ahead of him on defense and everything. I don't think he did. And, so anyway, I don't know what that meant, why I said that, but I didn't want to put Carey Price down, that's for sure. Randy, I got you corrected it. Did you correct that with the Stephanie? Yeah. No, we don't need a goalie right now. It's not important right now. When they're ready, that's the last piece should be the goalie. If they have an opportunity to draft one, I mean, you do it. You or as in a trade to get a young kid like that, you think sure, but yeah, you don't need that to spend money or draft picks to acquire one or whatever to get one. You don't need to do that now. Matt, Colorado probably did as well, but Montreal did as well. Ryan says his Raw's number definitely was retired. He was there at the ceremony. I watched it. I'm quite sure. Just my memory sometimes. So, but I was pretty sure it was there. What's for supper tonight? I don't know if I'm gonna make anything because I had a very late meal at like 4 o'clock, and I had a big meal in case I didn't want to eat later. So, probably nothing. What I do have to do is bring my scooter over to my ex's to get charged up. I don't know if I feel like doing it now. So that's my only thing. So I could stay a little late. I mean, I'm not leaving just yet. And I'm at the hour and a half. So my screen just jumped. Was I like not a good quality there? My screen just jumped for no reason. I don't know what that was about. Dave, well, he can't come back not fully healed. That's for sure. And listen, he said it himself. If he's not 100%, he's not coming back. If he doesn't feel he can, the operation or whatever, it will get him there. He's not coming back. He said it. He wants to be able to come back at a certain, at his standard, performance standard. I don't see how that's going to happen. We had no business winning in 86 or 93, but Patrick made it happen. Yeah, you got to 93 with those 10 overtime wins. And 86 is rookie season. So, Patrick Roy was like the epitome of the money goalie, right? If he was money, especially in a game 7, Patrick Roy was money. I froze for a second there. Okay, good. Thanks for I thought so. Oh, well, Matt, I mean, that's a loaded question. It's too far off to even begin to try to guess for me. I mean, at the trade deadline, I can name guys, but maybe that's not how it works. But, Dadonov at the deadline, Hoffman if he's still here, maybe Monahan, Allen if he's still here. Guys at the end of their contracts. That's one. So anybody on an expiring contract, if he's still here at the trade deadline, if they don't they don't extend him, which Monahan they might, then they're going to be traded. That's what I think. At the end of the season, though, I mean, there could be other things. It's hard to tell for that. Habby Nation, you might be needing a new favorite Hab now. That's not a very nice name in there. Which name is that? Whose name is not nice? My landlord? Come on. That's an awesome name there. I totally agree. Right now, with what I'm going through with the people that bought the building here, oh my God. So, I agree with that sentiment 100%. Although for me, it's not. It's a corporation now. Which sucks. Have a good night, hockey fan guy. Dave, I mean, are you getting the vapors because of the word? Oh my, I have the vapors. They gave you a mini Roy banner booklet and a paper Roy mask. Awesome. Paper one, though. I got to get in a co-op. Yeah, I don't. How do you do that? Is that where you live in Toronto in a co-op? I've heard of some of those here, but I mean, I've heard of them. They got to share bathrooms and shit. I'm not doing that unless she's really hot. Pretty sexist what I just said, but hey, do we entertain the thought of trading Galley, or is that stupid? Yeah, I don't see how you do that though, because his contract. Do we entertain the thought? I mean, it's I'm sure for the contract, but I don't know. It's gonna $6.5 million. I don't see how that's gonna move right now. Next couple of years, even like once the maybe once the cap starts to go up. Rent is crazy everywhere. I just happen to be here for 5 years, so I'm here before the rents really started. My rent is not crazy, so I'm not moving. I have a lease, and there's not much they can do about it. Close game alert. The Stampeders. I don't care about that. Boozer, I was hoping you were joking around because I didn't think you were that much of a what's the word for that? Wallflower or whatever you want to say. Habination, 40 years in the same place, a co-op. Yeah, listen, if I could find something like that, I'd do that. But I like where I live. I like the area. I like where I am. I'm comfortable here. I don't want to move. I don't want to move to a new neighborhood. I know of so many people around here and all. I don't want to move. I don't want to be forced to move. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to force us to move by making us not happy with stuff that's going on. But they're gonna have to do a lot more than that to get me out. Alberta rent is pretty high from what I understand. Montreal rent's gone up everywhere. Everywhere. The average one-bedroom apartment in Montreal may have been around 700-800. It is no longer. Now you're looking at 1,000 to 1,100, and I'm in a 4.5. I don't pay that. Yeah, there's no doubt. I don't know what the average is in Montreal, but I don't think it's not low anymore. Yeah, I mean, I am. My options are open if it has to be, obviously, but I don't want to be forced out. They're trying to basically, it's a renoviction. They own 7 buildings here now. They bought all 7, and there's one building then they're doing what they're doing. We're going to lawyers and shit. People are going to lawyers because of what they're doing. Not so bad here in my building yet, but it's coming. You want me to tell you what I pay in rent? It's a little personal. It's under 900, a good bit under 900. I'll tell you that. And I've got a 4.5, so it's not a small place. But now the 4.5's in this building now. So the new owners took over and they started renovating when people moved out. From what I understand, it's about 1,300 now, and I'm not paying even 9. You pay $1,250 for a 2.5. Yeah, there's no 2.5s here, so. But the 3.5s are going for like 1,200. You pay $700 for a 1-bedroom with balcony in Edmonton. Yeah, my place has a balcony, but they're doing the brickwork. They took it down last November or September, something like that, and it hasn't been fixed. It hasn't been put back, but it won't be long now, finally. But you have a balcony. What's a 4.5? 2 bedrooms, kitchen, living room. And here, mine's actually, it's a little more than a 4.5 because I have 2 bathrooms here. So I know it's not, I guess in other provinces it's not termed like that from what I understand, but I've grown up. That's the only way I know how to tell what an apartment is. What would you call that anywhere else? What I call a 4.5. I guess a 2-bedroom, right? Yeah, I don't have a basement. No. Yeah, 2-bedroom. Okay, yeah. Well, I moved in here for the smoking part, and it's not in my lease. They never put it. They never told me about it. I moved in here, and you're not supposed to, but I don't care. And then when they legalized, and they gave the landlords a certain amount of time to change the leases, and they could just put the clause in where you can't smoke this anywhere. They had a certain date at which to do that. That date came and went. Nobody changed my lease or gave me an addendum to it. So my lease, I can do this. I don't smoke cigarettes, so. Stand the man. I mean, I wouldn't mind owning a condo. I don't have the money for that. My landlord, yeah, I don't blame you the way things are happening, but right now, it's getting to be impossible to buy anything, condo or house especially, although the market's coming down. But I mean, the amount of money you have to make now to earn to get a mortgage for the average house is almost $250,000. It's over 200,000. I don't know too many people making over 200,000. Habination, yeah, we can't buy the rooms, yeah. So a 4.5 is 4 rooms, and the half is the bathroom. Oh, the half is always the bathroom. Here I have 2 bathrooms, and they don't call it a 5. It's still a 4.5 with 2 bathrooms. So yeah, it's by the rooms. Hey, my landlord, good to see you. Have a good night. Enjoy your evening. Lou, you're being attacked by wasps. Is it bad? We got to figure out. That's my ex-wife. I think she has a wasp problem. We can't figure out where from. Well, I'll try to come over tomorrow, and we'll try to, if it doesn't rain. Unless you need me to come over like now, because I'm going to be finishing here in a minute. Honestly, I don't feel like going. though. My sister bought 2 condos in Lachine. Oh, good for. Can she rent me one? Ask her. Whereabouts? The Lachine's got some nice places. Yeah, there's some nice spots by the water, especially. There's some nice places there. Seriously, Lou, get back to me. Let me know. I think on that note, spray peppermint oil. Wasps hate it. Oh, didn't know that. We got to find peppermint oil somewhere. Where do you get that, Biel? Stan the man. What did you say that was disrespectful? I guess whatever it was, I didn't take any disrespect from it, so don't worry about it. Because I don't know. I have no idea why you would be apologizing. She's got a few bucks. She has a good job. I'd ask her to rent me the condo. I'd love that. What happens first, Dak signing or Allen trade? Dak's going to sign anytime now. They have the money for Dak now, so they're going to sign him anytime. You said grocery stores, drugstores. Yeah, we should be able to. Okay, I'm going to check that out. Definitely, if that's a problem, if that works, definitely. Thing would be to find where the nest is. She's got to have a hive somewhere there near her door, I think. But we can't find it, so. All right, I think I'm going to take off here. It's 9:45, so I'm a bit longer than I usually go. This was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun answering your questions. I hope you guys did too. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Consider subscribing on your way out if you haven't yet. And as I've been saying, look for my video tomorrow on Carey Price. And if you're interested in the hockey pools, the fantasy pools, winners, only the winners of the pools get a prize. There'll be 2 different pools, a head-to-head and a points pool. Send me an email at talkinghabs@gmx.com, letting me know that you want in on which pool you want, or you want to be in on both. Let me know, and I'll get back to you on that. And I think that's it. So have a great rest of the night. It's Saturday. It's not late. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe out there. Peace out, y'all. And bye, everybody. See you next video. Ciao, y'all.